young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in at small forward. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. Here's Leonard. He drains the turnaround jump shot. Clark, you admire rebounding. You were a terrific rebounder yourself. What makes these teams so great on the glass?
Well, Kevin, a few things. One, they emphasize it. They prioritize rebounding the basketball. And then they send everybody to the glass. A lot of guys for each of these teams goes to the board, and the work ethic is outstanding.
That hustle, and you were a hustler, but I know you admire that as much as anything, don't you?
That's a big part of rebounding, hustling.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, I love how Beverly sets up his teammates, Kevin. He's a dependable point guard who really does a nice job dishing the ball.
LeBron against Beverly. James in the post. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Knocks down the three ball.
Very effective at spacing the floor. Kentavious Caldwell Pope has gone from an average outside shooter to a dangerous one.
George against Davis. And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Caldwell Pope, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
McGee with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
LeBron against Beverly. Here's Leonard, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. On the wing, Davis. Last game, 26 points, and yes, it's good.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
The pass to Morris. George against Green. Back to Morris. Beverly looking around. Shot clock at 5. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Wide open look here for Zubac. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. James outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Beverly against James. Fader on the way, and that one goes long.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Pass to McGee. Pass to LeBron. Back to McGee. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball. And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Lakers ball.
You'd better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. LeBron James third.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 8-point game. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And then for the Lakers, Howard comes in for JaVale McGee. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
George dishes to Jackson. Here's Morris, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
Outside, Green. Back to LeBron. That's his fourth basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside, George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clark, we have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best to have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently, or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP.
From deep. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Lakers leading by 8. Here's Howard. And the rejection by Jackson. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
Howard.
54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Leonard with the steal. And here's Jackson. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Leonard against Waiters. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Poked away. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the first, and there's another turnover by the Lakers. Left side, Jackson. Here's the three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. 6-point lead. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Lakers right now, Howard is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Smith. And it's Caruso in at the point. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The three-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Smith outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. Caruso, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Waiters surveying the D. Passes it to Kuzma. Here's Caruso, defended by George. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Clippers trail. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great name. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. Morris is checked in. Howard kicks to Smith, and there's the pass to Caruso. Waiters outside. Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. From deep three-point range, Caruso, no good. The Clippers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Clippers?
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Lakers trail by 3. Pass to Morris. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. To the inside, here's Waiters. It's blocked.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Pulls up on the elbow. Again, the Clippers.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Smith outside. Waiters passes to Caruso. He's looking for Howard and finds him. They need this one, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Sensational at hitting the glass. Howard has fantastic timing when he goes after those rebounds.
Pass to Leonard. Jackson against Waiters. The floater and the layup by Jackson. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Passes it to Morris. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Timeout. And the Lakers call time here. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
So, for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Green, and Morris subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Howard. Caldwell Pope comes in for J.R. Smith. Green, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's LeBron in for Alex Caruso. It's stolen by Morris. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's blocked. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Shooting one.
On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. It's going to be Morris shooting. That one on Davis. Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Beverly against Green. Morris passes to Davis. Now the dish to James. Fires from the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. LeBron's got 10.
You know, for LeBron, I think that mid-range shot is an important one for him to have in his bag. It keeps the defense honest.
Now Shamet. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, I don't think there's any doubt that the work he's put in practicing free throw shooting has paid off. I mean, he's made nice strides in getting those shooting percentage numbers up.
LeBron outside. And James throws it down hard.
Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
And LeBron James Clark climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Clippers leading by 5. Here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
McGee dishes to James. And finished off by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Green against Beverly. 1:30 left in the first half. And Jackson gets it to go.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Now here's LeBron. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Now the pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And that sends Reggie Jackson to the free throw line. That one on Caldwell Pope. The Clippers shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. George is checked in for the Clippers. And the Lakers also making a change. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And that one falls for Jackson.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Davis against Morris. Davis kicks to LeBron. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Par for the course for James. I mean, he forces his man to overcommit, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
One shot.
The free throw drops for James.
You talk about LeBron James, he does it all. Defends, scores, rebounds, passes, high IQ, unselfish, a leader off the court as well as on.
McGee with the block. They retain possession. Bucket is good. Zubac has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
There's Green with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Green's got 6.
And Green is a world-class sniper, laser, an excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
Reggie Jackson firing on all cylinders for the LA Clippers. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hi, folks. Hey, let's get this party started. Okay.
Reggie Jackson is having one of those nights. He ended up with 17 points and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Efficiency. I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Lakers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Watching LeBron in the pick and roll is artistry in motion. Timing, precision, everything's right on the mark.
George against Green. Feeds it to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's George. The shot from the low post is good. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Green, the pass to McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Beverly against LeBron. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's James. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Lakers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubats. The Lakers also changing it up. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Waiters in for Green. Free throw good, LeBron. Beverly with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And let's check out stats for James. Just an incredible month of basketball. 3rd in scoring, and he's one of the most creative passers in the game, ranked 3rd overall in assists per.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy, and everyone else knows it as well.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Plenty of daylight on that shot. That's now 8 points for Marcus Morris.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Waiters finds Davis. And here is Howard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
LeBron against Beverly. Outside, George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Waiters passes to James. And they double up James. Here's Caldwell Pope. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight.
You got to give respect to Caldwell Pope's mid-range jump shot. He's got the green light to take this shot, and that green light is always on.
Pass to George. Over Waiters. The shot by George, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Waiters outside. Count the basket and the foul. That one on George.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the Lakers making a change here. Smith has checked in. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Now Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Morris, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly, and the Lakers also making a switch. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dwight Howard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Boy, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10
coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Shamet finds Jackson. Back to Shamet. 4 on the shot clock. Lob pass to George.
Anytime George has room to shoot it, it's usually a high-quality shot. He clearly is one of the most gifted players in the game.
Down low, here's LeBron. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Lakers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Waiters.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for LeBron.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caruso. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Count it. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Jackson, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Pass to Caruso. Here's Kuzma. Passes it to Davis. Here's LeBron. 27 points for him. And the dunk by James.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
The pass to Leonard. Green breaking loose, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Jackson. 22 points for Leonard.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
LeBron against Jackson. Smith the pass to Davis. Over Green. And another basket for the Lakers.
Impeccable mechanics to this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
You can't just heave it, though. I mean, it's got to be a quality shot.
Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And it's Smith penetrating. It's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. George, that's a 2-pointer. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Jackson against James. Pass to Kuzma. Davis up top. Out to the wing. Shoots. And that one released in time, but no good. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points. Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Clippers leading by 3. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Green. And it's Caruso in at the point guard. Jackson. And that one drops for him.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Here's Caruso. Outside, Green. Pass to Caruso. Davis looking for an opening. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Zubac. And it's Davis missing. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Jackson. Passes to Shamet. Back to Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Both free throws good from Jackson.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Lakers trail by 8. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And the rejection by Zubac. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
There's the pass to Morris. Pass to Kuzma. They kick it out to Green. Shot to stop the run. No good there. George with the defensive effort. Morris passes to Shamet. Outside Jackson. Morris inside. Covered by Morris. But they get it back. Basket good. And it's a 12-point Clipper lead. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Pass to Kuzma. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Morris outside. Fires from 18. Morris with the rebound. Lakers trail by 10. Pass to Caruso. Back to Morris. Now the feed to Green. Here's Kuzma. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Kuzma's got it back down to within single digits for the Lakers. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Shamet kicks to Jackson. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
And the Lakers call time here.
And a wise move to call time out there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Patrick Beverley's checked in for the Clippers. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Waiters comes in for Alex Caruso. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Clippers leading by 7. Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Back to Beverley. The pass to George. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is right on target. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Green against Morris. Green kicks to McGee. The shot, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Beverly with the ball. Pass to Zubats. Shot clock at 6. Goes up the baseline, and that one hits back iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Kuzma outside. And it's off from 3-point range. Clippers leading by 8. Oh, Morris in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Waiters. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Reggie Jackson.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And here are the Clippers now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Beverly against LeBron. Beverly dishes to Morris. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking. There is no doubt about who they were going to on that one. Of course not. LeBron coming through.
James against Beverly to the paint. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
LeBron against Beverly. LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Clock at 6. Pulls it up. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Nothing like being assertive and aggressive in critical spots. KCP coming through for his team.
Beverly against James. Beverly the pass to Morris. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
Marcus Morris.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
Outside, Green. Lets a floater go. Yep, that one goes in there.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Green against George. There's the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 7.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're down by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Davis. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
George against James. 6 to shoot. Over in the corner, Beverly. George trying to break free. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Here now, the Clippers. 8-point game. Leonard looking over the floor. So the Clippers with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports.